Hi everyone, I'm Nate,
I'm Sarah.
and today we are going to talk about how we've changed a little bit since dating / living together.
It's been, like 4.5 years?
Yeah.
We moved in pretty quickly after we started dating too, so it's kind of like just our entire relationship really.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're in a weird position today because I'm gonna braid his hair. He just twisted his dreads today, so I'm gonna braid it while we talk.
Yeah. So number one for me, I cook more.
Definitely.
When I was not dating her, I was living at my parents' house and my dad cooked like dinner and I basically just cooked myself breakfast and lunch. So I cook a lot more, which I like cooking a lot, so it's like really good for me.
It's pretty good for me too. I eat more exciting things now that we live together, because before that I just was like, I would just eat whatever was like healthy and quick, and that was pretty much it. Tasted good obviously, but like all my meals were so simple and like whatever was the fastest, because when you live alone it doesn't feel as important to like make a full thing. And before we started dating, I would have just been cooking for myself. So one thing for sure is that I'm way less in my head since we started dating. Like, I am typically someone who can get really sucked into my own thoughts.
Yeah.
And so I feel like since we started dating, I've gotten a lot better at not doing that. I don't know if it's just because I'm not alone as often. So it's like, when you're with someone, it's like you have someone to talk all these random thoughts through with.
Yeah.
And before that, I was just kind of like, I spent a lot of time on my own, so I wasn't really something I was used to, like sharing all my random thoughts.
Since you did a deep one, I think I'm more like confident, just like being more myself when I'm out.
Me too.
Because when you're like single, I can't say when you are because I don't know what you're like. But when I was single, it's like I want a girl to like me or something. So like I'd be more thinking about like every move that I made as opposed to just like being myself. But now like I don't really care what anyone else thinks. So like
you're like, I already got one person that really likes me as me, so
I tricked her and then she stayed with me. So
you tricked me, huh?
Yeah. No.
No, I feel the same way. I noticed that particularly when I was working at a restaurant. That it was like, when I was single, it's not like I was like flirting with guys or anything, but it's just like when you're less confident, like waiting tables is way different when you're less confident rather than when you are confident.
Yeah.
I don't know if that sounds weird, but it's a very, like, you have to be somewhat outgoing when you're waiting tables, and you're just kind of like putting yourself out there with a bunch of strangers all day.
Yeah.
So being more confident makes a huge difference in your day. Like, before I was single, I feel like I was a lot more fragile at work. Like, if I didn't feel like a table liked me, most of the time it was fine, obviously, but like there were times where a table would be rude to me and it would mean more to me then. Whereas like when I started dating you, if a table was rude to me, I feel like I was just like, well, that's their problem. Like, yeah. It felt like less of my issue. Yeah.
What about you? What's something else for you?
Something else for me. I feel like I am getting way better at sitting still. I wouldn't say, like, I don't mind the fact that I am very fidgety, because I feel like I get a lot of stuff done, I guess. But, I feel like being with someone more, I've realized how fidgety I am.
Yeah. And
kind of, like, being with someone who's not fidgety, like, I don't think you're fidgety, like, almost at all. They were much better at sitting still than me. It's like made me realize the benefits of not constantly having to do like 4 things at once just to like feel focused or productive. I feel like that was a lot of it, is I was like trying to feel productive all the time, and I realized that's like, you don't have to be constantly doing something like 24/7 in order to feel productive and like valuable. You know what I mean? I've learned something recently. I was listening to something talking about like how it shouldn't be that you only have value or that day was only successful if you got everything done on that day. You know what I mean? Like there's more to life than like getting stuff done.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a big switch for me. Is I'm like, a day didn't seem worthwhile unless I got stuff done.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's changed for me a lot. It's more so like, how do I feel at the end of the day?
Yeah. Welcome back. We just changed the lighting a little bit. It was looking...
I was looking like a ghost, and he was trying to...
I wasn't going to say that. But yes.
That's one thing we didn't talk about.
Ghostly.
We haven't talked about it in any of our like interracial like videos before, but trying to light videos when you have very different skin tones.
It's crazy. There's one video, and I forgot what it is. I think this was the lighting with this one turned up higher and the white pretty low. Mm-hmm. But there's one video where the lighting was like super good, and I've been trying to recreate that, and I've been failing. But I think I just found it. Okay.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you just go ahead.
Okay. I realized, I was just thinking about it now actually, that I have been wearing a lot less makeup in the last couple years than I ever have.
It's because you don't need it.
Well, a big reason when we first started dating, I wore foundation pretty regularly. I would say like almost every day I wore foundation. Mm-hmm. I have pretty fair skin, so like any blemish or scar or really any mark at all, any redness or like dark circles show pretty easily on me. So I've always worn foundation as a way to try to even that out. But when you date someone whose skin is a lot darker than what your foundation color is,
it don't work.
Every single time you give him a hug or a kiss on the cheek, like anything, you get white foundation all over, and it just looks not great. So
yeah,
that was the first like incentive for me to not wear makeup as much, and then it's just kind of slowly evolved into wearing like less and less.
So another thing for me is when you're single, I mean, I think as a girl it might be a little bit different because it kind of happens all the time for like different reasons, but like when you're a guy, like I notice when girls look at me. I noticed when girls looked at me, but like now I don't at all. This is something that I just thought about because I was thinking about an instance where we were with the squad and you were walking back with Cheyenne and some girl apparently looked at me and I just didn't acknowledge them at all because I was talking to Ben. Hi Cheyenne and Ben, by the way, and hi Claire, and hi Daryl. But yeah, and then they're like, you didn't notice that? And I was like, no, I don't notice any of that at all.
Yeah.
But before, I definitely did notice it.
Okay, so another big one for me is I feel like I'm a lot kinder to myself than I was when I was not dating you. Just because, like, having someone who is so kind to you, there's a lot of times where I'm, like, self-talk. I'm like, okay, if I said this out loud, would Nate be like, stop? Or, like, what you're saying is untrue, like, you're just being too tough on yourself. Like, if I said what I was thinking out loud, or is there something, whatever I'm saying, would Nate ever say that to me? No.
Yeah.
There's so many times where I'm, like, saying something to myself that's really harsh, and then I'll think about the fact that, like, there's no way you would say that to me. Yeah. Or any of my friends, and I feel like that's a good measure for me of, like, am I being tough on myself, like, tough love, and this is productive, or is this, like, being
too much?
Yeah, cruel, you know, like,
yeah.
Is this more of, like, a punishment?
Are you just putting yourself down?
Exactly, and I feel like that has definitely changed since I've been dating you. It's really hard to say a lot of this stuff, it's just if it has to do with getting older or not, but, I mean, we've grown up together over the last few years, so.
Yeah.
So it's all connected.
Alright, and that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Also, let us know in the comments what you thought of this video of her doing my hair while we're doing it. Let us know if you like it or whether you didn't like it. And hit that like and subscribe button.
Yep.
And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.